And as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, hey, hey.
Welcome back to Marbella now. My name is Nicole King, and before I welcome my guest, I just want to remind everybody about our Zero Hero incentive. The list of participating venues is growing, including the casino and so many restaurants, bars and hotels. So please do check that out because it's better for everyone. It's a safer Marbella. A little bit of road traffic safety awareness doesn't go amiss. And what doesn't go amiss is welcoming back one of my favorite people in the Costa del Sol, and that is Marisa Moreno. She's a lawyer, Danish consul, and a dear friend. Marisa, it's been so long. How are you?
Indeed, indeed. I'm well, thank God.
You look fabulous. I
Thank
mean,
you.
you looked good when you came in, but she's had those finishing touches by a fabulous makeup artist, Anna
Yeah,
Scott. I
that's
mean,
true,
which is
that's true. Thank you.
nice, though, just to have that
Yeah,
little bit
that's
of
it.
freshening up.
That's it.
So, Marisa, we obviously haven't seen each other since before lockdown.
That's it.
You're
That's
based
right.
in Fuengirola.
In Fuengirola, Malaga.
And
yeah.
Malaga, and
And,
obviously in the consulate and what have you.
yeah,
How's it been this last year? I mean, fill me in on the last 12 months.
Well, it was a difficult time from the council point of view. Well, from any point of view, you know, because it was not easy for anyone, you know. We have a big colony of Danish citizens here.
How many roughly?
But roughly is we have a calculation around 35,000.
Percentage-wise, that's a lot of Danes.
That's it, because you have to keep in mind that Danish population is around 5.5 million. So we are the biggest colony abroad, Denmark.
Did you find there was a lot of panic within the community regarding uncertainty of what to do, wanting to go back to the country, not wanting to go back to the country?
At the beginning, I have to say there was a little bit difficult. But you have to keep in mind too that in our colony, many of them, I don't know which percentage, but many of them, they used to come here for winter, but they come back to pass half of the year for tax reasons too, or for weather reasons too, you know. But then, if you remember, the lockdown was in March, so these old people or retired people that were here, they need to come back. There's no flight, so we have to, some people that need health care, and we have to send medicalized planes to pick them up and take them home. And you know how many, it's unbelievable that the driving authorization that we have to sign, or have to sign to cross Spain, France, and Germany.
Right, so you had to have permits for each different
That's
stop.
it, and you have to manage with the French General Consulate, well, Danish Consulate in France, Danish Consulate in Germany, and our consulate, you know, and in the 3 languages, and they can stop in everywhere, and you have to find to show the paper just authorizing, because they can find that they are just, you know, broken up the lockdown. So it was really stress time, but
I can imagine it must have been just a non-stop for you.
Non-stop.
When most people are shut down and doing nothing, and you were there like.
Oh my
just
goodness! And the government always used to publish the BOE. You know, the BOE is the law on Sunday around 7 o'clock in the night. So I was 80 pages. You know, it says 80 pages. Okay, so I'm going to read the 80 pages to make a summary, translate it, just publish for all the people, because, you know, we cannot afford so many emails and so many calls. We can't we can't, you know.
No, and
because,
it's funny because even, for example, talking with the Brexit situation, again, affecting you with your clients through the law firm.
Yeah.
But again, every week, these new laws, these new regulations.
That's it.
I think it's one of the most... Owning a restaurant and being a lawyer, probably... no, because you have so much, it's never ending. Always that studying that you've always got to be doing.
And you know, that the changes were just from today for tomorrow, you know, and you have to be all the time updated, and what you say yesterday now is not valid, is another thing. So, and we have learned together, you know, because at the beginning nobody, and people ask me things that I cannot answer. I said, look, I cannot do an interpretation of the law. I only translate the law. But the law doesn't say, if you remember, for instance, just to walk your dog at the beginning, the lockdown, they say, yeah, but can I go 100 meters? I don't know. The law only said that you can take your dog for a walk, but only for a wee or something else, you know.
Yeah, you're not going for a walk, you're going just to take them to do their necessities.
That's it, the necessities. Yeah. So, but they say, well, but say, look, it's not my job to interpret the law. I only translate it. The law doesn't say.
A lot of people now also confused, for example, that now that the state of alarm's been lifted, but again, I'll say, so is curfew off and this, and a lot of talk now that anything for implying curfew, again, will take each community, autonomous community, applying to their local courts, or to the
Supreme Court,
Supreme
High
Court.
Court and the Supreme Court, and the first instance courts if they are in a hurry. Nobody knows because there's no rules.
It seems to go from one extreme to the other, and it's confusing.
Yeah.
So
it's confusing
for everybody. It's confusing
for everybody, you know. But it's true that we have learned, and at the beginning you don't know if you can go for work or who going to. At the beginning, you remember only essential workers can work. Well, we are essential workers. It's considered as a consul, as a lawyer. Well, I have no problem. But people tell me, well, but I don't know. I'm vet. Can I do it? Yes, you can, because if it's something. If your pet is ill, but you can take you are essential. And other people tell me, why I'm not essential? Because I have to clean the house with an old woman, for instance, you know. Or you remember all the interpretation and all the things that happen with the hairdresser. You remember all the country with this.
I feel sorry for all the people who are heavily needing kind of like top-ups all the time. That must have been really interesting. That's one of the moments I was really glad that I never go running and I never go to the gym and all those things, because I wasn't missing anything. I was going to work a lot a lot from home.
Well, I cannot miss anything because I was working 24/7, so I was really, I was a really, really difficult time. But we can say that I think that in the biggest part of my people, when I say my people, my Danish and my clients, everybody was quite civilized, you know.
Are they coming back now? Because I know that Spain hasn't got the green light as such yet, as far as Europe is concerned, but do you see that your Danes are looking to come and spend some time on the coast? Are we going to tourism at least coming in from your side?
I think that's going to be a tsunami. You know, people has passed 1 year in their house with a miserable weather, you know, and the darkness, because when you live in the coast, even if you are at home, you cannot go because you know you have your curfew. You cannot go to visit your family, whatever. But it's the lights. But when you live for 1 year with rain, snow, it is very nice. It's very nice. But when you live for because you are obliged to do that, they need to come and have the sun, the lights. But not only the Scandinavian or the English, even the
Northern Spanish.
That's it, the Northern Spanish, Madrid, even Granada to come. Last weekend was absolutely, I don't know, beaches are completely full of people because people need
we
to
noticed
recover.
a lot of people driving down.
Yeah.
You work a lot with conveyancing, have you noticed also an increase in people wanting to buy? Particularly now, a lot of people are going to carry on working from home, but if you can work long distance from home, you can basically be anywhere.
You know, much people has realized that if this happen again, they want a place to live. Where you going to when you want to be next lockdown? In your house in a dark place, or do you prefer to come here in Marbella with this light, with the sea views or whatever, just having your telework, you know? But this is something that with the European citizen is okay, but with the British we have another problem, is that the government is considering, now is a lack of a law, but and the government is starting to considering telework as that you are working in Spain, so you need a work visa. So it will be another.
So even if you're working online, they want to take it that even if you're online, if you're based in the
it's
country.
a lack of law now, nobody knows, but the interpretation of the law is leading this.
I have to say that it's very palpable, you're Spanish, although you're the Danish consul. It's very noticeable that the Spanish, I'm generalizing, but are upset about Brexit.
Yeah.
And that we aren't going to get away with it without realizing that we were better off as part of Europe. We're seeing it in the customs clearance, which is understandable. You can't have the same 20 people handling X amount of things, and the next day they've got 5 billion things more to do. It makes sense.
Well,
but are you also noticing that now is the moment of truth? All these years we've spoken about what was going to happen, but it's worse than I think than we perhaps anticipated.
Well, I think that the biggest part of the Brits, they were aware that they have to have all the paper. They had to make a decision if they're going to live in England or they're going to live in Spain, you know, the biggest part. But there is still some people that they don't know where they are. Anyway, you can ask for a non-lucrative visa, you can ask for a work visa, you can ask for a golden visa. There's many ways to live here, but now it's more onerous. Before was easier. But still, you can come and live. In fact, in our office, in my law firm, we're on daily basis, we are helping people to get residence and work visa in Spain.
So give us a quick summary before we finish. As a lawyer and your wonderful Just Law firm, which is like, because I like it because it's just law, but also it's like it's just, it's fair. And like
this
you,
is,
just law. No,
Thank
it's very cool. Give us a quick summary. What do you offer? What are the things that people would come to you for?
Well, basically now is conveyances, because people are desperate to invest. People has been saving money for 1 year, and you know, and in other countries and the EU, even the UK is very healthy, we have to say, and they can afford the price here and very nice places. And so conveyances and of course residence and work permit, a lot.
Oh, got you very busy.
Yeah, well, of course, court cases, but yes, nobody wants to talk about court
I was going to say, because I know you're always in court and doing things like that, but that's another whole aspect. We should probably dedicate just a program talking about what it's like when you have to go to the police station and go to the calabozos and the jails and get these, because I'm sure there's a lot that goes on.
You have story for everything, you know.
Well, we're going to leave it there for the moment, but Marisa Moreno, fabulous lawyer from Just Law, because it's Just Law and it's fair, Just Law, and also Danish Consul Andalusia, the Extremadura. Wow, busy lady. Marisa, thank you so very much. Muchísimas gracias.
A ti.
We're going to go now to a quick break, so don't go away. Message from our sponsors, Linea Directa, with their great offers for all of us who have our NIAs or just policy holders, and also messages from our Zero Hero partners, because the venues, hotels, bars, restaurants, are giving free soft drinks to designated drivers. Why pay if you don't have to? Don't go away. We're back in a moment.
John's car is still being repaired, so he's delighted that Judy has come to pick him up. However, after a very heavy business trip, he's less than enthusiastic when her car breaks down.
I insure with Linea Directa.
She tells John.
So please do relax. I've got this.
And she had. The taxi was there in no time. Her car safely towed for repairs, and a courtesy car readily available. Call Linea director on 952 14 78 34 to see how they can better your life too.
When I'm the designated driver, I think it's only fair that I get to choose a zero-hero venue that rewards me with free soft drinks. My friends all get to choose and booze, and they feel safe going home with me. Make sure that you get your reward for being the designated driver. Why pay if you don't have to?
Hi guys, Ross here from Hogan Stand. Proud to be a member of the Zero Hero campaign. And we recommend everybody. Nobody drives drinking. Everybody who drives a car doesn't have any alcohol in their system, and we're proud to sponsor the Zero Hero program.
We are at we are at
G-Wine is happy to be Zero Hero partner.
How cool is that? G-Wine.
Let the music
Glad
okay.
are proud to present Zero the Hero,
you on your way. No time to hesitate.
Never Drink and Drive.
So much trouble.
McNulty's is proud to be a Zero Hero partner.
Poison arrows.
Out of bounds, Zero Hero partners.
Here we are, sticker going on. Delighted to welcome everybody and to be part of the Zero Hero campaign. Delighted.
Zero Hero, welcome here. At the Gaucho de Barons.
We are at we are at
Welcome to Lemongrass, Doña Lola. Thank you very much.
Zero Hero, welcome to Portofino, Cabo Pino.
let it set you on your way. No need to
Guys, Kazatua is proud to welcome the Zero Heroes. So come on in and enjoy free soft drinks for anyone who is the designated driver. Thank you, Nicole.
brothers, sisters, one beating heart. We can change if we try.
Everyone that comes and wants to join our Zero Hero Association, they will have free non-alcoholic drinks at our venue at any time.
I've come to our space to meet up with our lovely Angela Lafferty. Oh, look how pretty they've made all this in here. Nice to see places growing. Angela, how lovely to see you again. It's been literally ages. How are you?
Yeah, it's lovely to see you too, Nicole. Yeah, I'm fine. Just still busy on the environmental front with events and things like that for different organisations.
It's really nice here, the offices at the Our Space. Nice to see that you've set up here close to Arboretum, so you're all kind of together, which is nice, and then having other people around for sharing
it's
a
a
great
lovely-
atmosphere.
Lovely place to work, yeah. Very green as well. As green as you can get, I suppose, in a building.
So for someone as ecologically centred as you, it's a perfect match.
Yeah, I really enjoy working here. It's a nice environment.
I was so excited to hear you so excited that there is a joint beach cleanup coming up on this Saturday, 5th of June.
Yeah, and I was really excited about it, mostly because it was initially your idea. You planted the seed for that. And how it came about, it was kind of organic, really, because I have a contact now at the Ayuntamiento in the Delegación de Medio Ambiente, the environmental department, and he's become very involved with both Plastic Free Seas and with Mimoana and organising, helping in the logistical side of the beach cleans. And so it was his idea really to get as many organisations involved on it's actually, the 5th of June is actually World Environment Day, but it's the event that we're holding is more in support of the World Ocean Day, which is the 8th but because it doesn't fall on a Saturday, we're doing the beach.
So mixing again plastic soup and all these different incentives
because the Rotary
together.
Club, Marbella Guadalmina has their own initiative, which is End Plastic Soup. And Pro Donas as well, they often do beach cleans and things. So all the 4 organisations are all coming together and doing different events, all centred around the Puerto Deportivo, the port in Marbella. And so Plastic Free Seas, I'll be with them on that day as one of the volunteers. And we're going to be based at the sort of helipad area on the Playa del Faro from 10 o'clock onwards. I believe the whole event kicks off at 10 o'clock. And the Rotary Club and Pro Donas will be on the terrazas, on the terraces above the port, with sort of educational information. And Mimoana will be on the other side next to the harbour restaurant with their beach cleans. So it's going to be, I think the best thing about it is there's going to be so much visibility in the centre of Marbella, because quite often the beach cleans happen because they're early on a Saturday morning and maybe they're out in Cabo Pino or out in Estepona. There's not so much visibility, but this will be right in the centre of Marbella at the port, and because there are so many different organisations involved, it will be a big draw and lots of people will see what's going on, and it's going to highlight the issues that we face here locally with plastic pollution in our sea and on our beaches.
Will people be able to join in as they go by, or is it?
Of course.
So
yeah.
what is the plan? What can we expect?
So at 10 o'clock, we'll start off with a brief talk. We have a brilliant girl lined up to do an educational talk. She is a leading expert on ocean plastic pollution. She's a lecturer at the University of Stockholm. She's called Patricia Villarrubia. She's actually from Marbella, but she works at the University of Stockholm, and she is an expert on ocean plastics. So she'll start off with a little talk, and then we'll just set off with our bags, or sort of cloth bags, to go and collect as much rubbish as we can. And then throughout people can spend as long or as little as they want picking up rubbish and just come back to the base, which is at the helipad, and we'll weigh all the rubbish. Patricia will be on hand to answer questions about the things that you find. Sometimes the things we find on the beach are so interesting. Often it's the same things like cigarette butts, wet wipes, bottles, cans, but there are some really unusual things that people find too, and it's quite often really interesting to imagine the story behind those items, how they ended up on the beach. But she'll be there to tell us about how long these things take to decompose, and maybe what they're made of and the dangers they pose to wildlife and things like that. And at the very end, of course, we total up all the rubbish, the weight of the rubbish, and we publish it. And what we're hoping to do going forward is to start to contribute our statistics to world databases on ocean plastics and rubbish that's been collected, because that really informs their research and helps in the campaign to fight against the pollution.
And I suppose also setting an example for other places to see Marbella's doing this one's doing that.
Exactly, it's really going to raise the profile of Marbella as an environmental leader, I think, on the coast. That's what I'm really excited about. And there's so many issues going on in Marbella at the moment on the environmental front, but the beach pollution is one of them. When we have storms here, one thing that happens is the sewer system can't cope. It's so old, and the rainwater mixes in with the wastewater from our homes, and the system can't cope, so it sort of erupts on the beaches with wet wipes and sort of waste all over them. It doesn't happen too often, but when there's a big storm it happens, and it's pretty horrific. So that's one issue that we do need to...
So also it's a question of us thinking what we throw where,
Yeah.
not necessarily throwing wet wipes and things into the toilet system, disposing separately.
They should not be put in the toilet, and people don't realise that they're actually made of plastic. People think, they're cotton and biodegradable. Even when it says biodegradable on the packet, they're not. They're made of plastic, and they take a very long time to break down. And they clog
I
up
thought
the
they were
system.
cloth.
They're not. You probably can get like cotton ones if you tried, but most of them are made of a sort of polyester or a man-made fabric, which is based on plastic. So
It's amazing where plastic actually does come up that we don't realise.
Yeah, so that's one thing. And we do with Plastic Free Seas, we've got some amazing sponsors with us, Virginia Macari. And Virginia and Regis from Virginia Macari are fantastic. They come along and help out as well. And we have, we're going to have a group of volunteers as well from Anantara Villa Padierna Hotel. So they've come on board recently as part of their corporate social responsibility programme. And so they're going to be helping out at future events and coordinating their own events too. And we're developing some sort of sponsorship of plastic-free seas with them. So it's great. It's really, as we go forward, more and more people get involved. The last event we did in San Pedro on Playa de Cortijo Blanco, there was about 120 volunteers on a Saturday morning. I think that's pretty fantastic.
And it's nice to see that the youth of Marbella is very actively involved.
The schools are involved too, all the local private schools, but also the Spanish schools too. There's always a turnout from a lot of schools. A lot of families come, but groups of teenagers as well come without parents as well, which is really nice to see. So lots of people getting involved. So please do join us at 10 a.m. on Saturday the 5th of June. We do provide bags, so you don't have to bring any bags. We have some gloves, but if you'd like to wear gloves, please do bring your own. Don't forget sun cream, it's probably going to be hot and sunny, and of course water in a reusable bottle, of course. And afterwards, if you have time, we'd love to join you for drinks afterwards and get to know some of you better.
Because it is a great social opportunity as well.
Do you know, it really is, because you meet like-minded people. I've met a lot of people that I'm still in contact with through the drinks afterwards, after the beach clean, and then, you know, that way you take projects forward with those people too. It's great.
Wonderful. And another great thing coming up is with your collaboration with Arboretum.
Yeah, a really exciting project. So I organise a monthly film screening with Arboretum, and the one that we're going to do in June is extra special. It's a film made by ex-students of Arboretum from one of the permaculture courses that they used to do. So it's quite a long story. They made a film last year which they were presenting to the Malaga Film Festival, and unfortunately that was just when COVID struck, so it didn't end up going ahead. But as they basically cycled all the way from the north of Spain down to Malaga with a sort of tandem bike with a little garden on the front to promote the film. And on that journey they actually filmed that as well, and have now turned that bike journey into another film which is being presented this year at the Malaga Film Festival. And of course it does have a very strong relation to Arboretum, because the two of the characters, well, not the characters, but the people that star in the film are ex-students of Arboretum, and it's all about agriculture and permaculture, growing your own food. And so the film is going to be premiered at the Malaga Film Festival on Sunday the 6th of June. But they are going to, 4 people from Arboretum are going to set off from the park in Marbella on Friday the 4th at about 3 p.m. to cycle all the way to the red carpet. So they're leaving here on the Friday. They're doing the first stint of about 38 kilometres to La Cala de Mijas on the Friday afternoon, and then setting off on Saturday morning again from Fuengirola to arrive in Malaga on the red carpet about 1 o'clock on Saturday.
So another movie in the making.
Yeah, I know, a third movie spin-off.
The movie of the movie making of.
Yeah. So what would be great if anyone that has their own bike and would like to sort of ride alongside the tandem bike. It's called the verducleta in Spanish, but I have no idea how to translate that into English. But they would love sort of company, like a little bit of a crowd following them on their bikes. So if anyone's interested in that, please just get in touch directly and we'll let you know times and locations.
So on Saturday we've got the beach cleanup, and then on Sunday cycling to Malaga.
No.
Well, no, you will have cycled to Malaga.
Yeah, the cycling is on Friday the 4th and Saturday the 5th in the morning. So it's a very busy weekend. And then the film, we're so lucky that the director of the film is going to stay after the premiere in Malaga, in Marbella, especially for our Arboretum film screening on Wednesday the 9th. Date's still to be 100% confirmed, but it should be Wednesday the 9th.
Well, perhaps we can come along as well and have a chat with him and watch the movie too.
Well, it'll be brilliant because he's going to stay into a question and answer session afterwards. The film is in Spanish, I have to just say that in case anyone wants to come along. It will be in Spanish, and the question and answer session will also be in Spanish, but it will be fantastic. It will be so great to have the opportunity to speak to the film director and the people that are in the film.
We will be there. That's a promise, not a threat.
And so that's in the Instituto Rio Verde, the high school in the centre of Marbella, just behind the port actually as well. So everything's like taking place in the same sort of area. That's at 7 p.m. on Wednesday the 9th, and tickets are €5, with all proceeds going to the film.
Wonderful. So everyone can just contact you and get further information and details.
Contact me directly and I'll tell you whatever you want.
So we've got the 5th, 6th and 9th.
Yes.
To take into account, unless you want to cycle, and then you're off on the 4th, 5th.
The 4th and the 5th, yeah.
Angela, lovely to see you again. I will see you very soon because there's a lot going on and a lot to keep up with.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Nicole.
Well, that's it for today. Thank you so much, Masha, for joining us from Serbia. No less. Look forward to having her back in Marbella very soon. Please do take care of yourselves. Be nice to each other. And remember, you can watch Marbella now, not just in Marbella, from anywhere in the world, because you can watch online via streaming or on the archives from the RTV Marbella website, or a quick, easy link from my website, nicoleking.es, with links to the TV webpage, also to the Zero Hero website with listings of all the free drinks available for designated drivers with participating venues, loads of places taking part, and also my column in the Euro Weekly News, Marbella Moments. That's it for now. Hasta mañana.
We can change if we try.